You think.
Yes.
Worth waiting for.
Victor Allen's Ethos.
Right to the point, man. Right to the point. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do, Mario? I'm gonna pick off of. Forget that. Let me just ask you something. Thumbs up on your weekend. Way up. Cause you just gave us the thing with your.
I guess it's a pretty good weekend.
So it was positive. Did it?
Yeah,
Did it improve?
positive. Especially if you have the right frame of mind. Perspective. Perspective is everything. Yes, I saw it as a positive. I channeled it into positivity.
That's it. That's what I was doing. Now I want to bring up something real quick before I go into my topics. I found something really interesting, Marty, because we always talk about age and then where the energy was and where it is now. Isn't it ironic that most women think men will not become mature until they're in their 30s, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't it the irony of it is that we also peak in our physical output, meaning sports activities, we peak. Isn't it kind of weird to you or me that they don't happen at the same time? So when I say that, I'm only saying, you think this is by design that we can't have the ultimate mental capacity of maturity at the same time having the ultimate physical output? You think that's karmatic by design or just pain and punishment?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. People sometimes ask me, why do you ride? And I said, well, first of all, there's a bigger message and meaning. One is to feel like I'm still active. Two, to sit back and have something that bonds me with the community. And the most important reason, and I'm going to try to be rapid around something serious here because it's not about the funny aspects of what can happen when you're on the bike. It's really a challenge because you can actually find that people around you while they're in a mobile way can cause injury or death. And almost every time I go out, there's an incident where I would say the number one thing that I run into is people backing out and just coming. It happens almost every time. So does that make me stop or transition and say maybe I need to slow down? And it's not on major streets. On side streets.
So you really are encouraging us to bike.
Yes. Yes, there's a
because we're taking our lives essentially in the ghetto or in the hood where people are not used to. They're not used to bike lanes. And there are no bike lanes, but where they are, they're not used to them.
No, Mario hit a good point because I can get into the numbers and internationally they'll say the Dutch really take advantage of using bikes. Of course, the Asian community, China, Japan. America is about 1.1% when they relate it to the output of bikes and how much we get into it. And women are less, 0.6%. So I'm finding, it's really bad.
What?
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing is, unless you're a cyclist or interested in cycling, a lot of people don't pay attention to it.
And there's a good reason for it, too.
And that's amazing, Vic, because I think having been to Amsterdam and experienced the culture, these people are not cyclists.
Right.
They're everyday people who use bicycles to go to and from work, errands.
Yeah, that's not our culture.
Yeah, that's not our culture. They have huge bike parking spaces everywhere, and you see tons of older people biking
I wish it was
every
our
day.
culture, because if it was, we wouldn't have the obesity issue that we have.
You're hitting something because I didn't want to go down a list of references to say why I ride. I just wanted to impart that our society, because especially in Southern California and California in general, we're just car driven. And that's just us. And so to adopt that biking culture, you have to deal with the safety. And then, interestingly, I was sitting up here, I was going to give you all the health benefits. I could do that in a moment or two. It's the idea that one of the main reasons that they say women do fine men to be sexy because they're athletic, they're sculpted, or whatever the reasons may be, but the men are too competitive. Once they get on those bikes, it's all about them. And so they say one of the, you look at one of the factors where it's just not put together is that you have a distinct separation. And I can actually agree that there's a lot of competitive, and I know some of my professional bikers who go, they're just extra. They have no patience.
Okay. So what you're saying is that the women who are dating cyclists don't have it enough to distract their partner from the bike.
No.
So I would just say, women, step it up. Change your outfit. Okay, here's your man. He's thinking of Saturday getting out and biking 50 miles.
You're going to tell the women to step it up?
I'm saying, obviously you cannot distract your man from the bike.
Wait a minute.
Now, in our
I
day,
just told you on the day after the woman told me to step it up.
I'm just
Now,
saying.
You gonna tell them to step it up?
I'm saying you get dressed to go biking, and then your woman brings you a cup of coffee and convinces you that biking can wait an hour or so.
I got one.
That's what I'm saying.
I got
that
one
could
for
happen.
That could happen.
I got one.
But if you're trying to get out there early before the sun is out,
it's never too early for a BJ. It's never too early.
I'm gonna transition away because he's in the dungeon. You notice why we got the deck with the cage?
I'm just saying.
He's way down.
That's what you got to talk about back. Vic just said that the women complaining that the men are too focused and competitive on the cycle.
So
that's what they said. And I would say, women, step that up.
I've dated a woman
Step that up.
rides, and I thought the hottest shit about riding with your girl is letting her be in front of you and just watching that ass as she pedals. That took me a fuck off.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So she worked him using the skill set.
I'd followed her 20-something miles on that bike.
And if she slowed down, did you slow down?
Hell yeah.
So, okay, did I make my point?
No. Your point is well taken. What I'm getting in addition to that,
He made me go that route.
I know what you did.
That was the true
I was
route.
trying to stay on the same.
But then you were going to
I know you were
lie.
doing.
You were going to give a misrepresentation of the story.
right? See,
The story was you was watching that ass.
Followed
See, what
her
Mario's-
ass 20-something miles.
What Mario is saying is use your attributes. Use
her attributes. I mean, she should use her attributes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Distract your man from the bike.
But she didn't distract me.
Now watch this.
I wanted to ride with her every day.
I want to ask a quick question, and I want you to raise your hand if you only had one date, and if you don't raise your hands, that means you had multiple dates, and if it's neither one of those, tell us why. How many dates did you go on, and the date was about riding bicycles together?
A lot of women.
I did a few.
You did
a lot of women.
Yeah,
that shit.
I took Renee.
Yeah.
So yes.
Well, a lot of
So
women
I had
thought
me a
that.
little cutie in the.
He can't even talk.
Yeah, I was in love back then. I would, like you said, I would bike, trike, whatever, skate, ski.
So, Mari, you did a few, right?
Two.
Just
two.
Okay.
Well, I didn't do a lot either, but I did it.
But more than those two talked about riding, but to get out and do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Two.
Yes.
And I'm saying on a regular basis.
Right. On a regular. In other words, it's very hard to go, I want the first date. If you're in a first date scenario, it's different. But somewhere along the way, is that something that you go, wow, you're going to be looked upon as going, oh, we went on a date bicycle.
Well, the interesting thing about this particular woman, I was in Baltimore, and we met in the fall. So the fall and the winter was a little brisk back there.
But you only went on 2 bike rides.
No, we rode. Matter of fact.
You said 2.
We rode. No, 2 women.
2 women.
With.
Oh, okay.
But this one sister in particular, we rode bikes in 4 or 5 different states together. Everywhere we went, we
that's
rented a
pretty
bike
good,
and
man.
we rode it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if that's legal.
No, it's legal. We actually rode.
I know you just right now. Well, I'm just saying. Don't confess. It's on the air.
Okay. for all of you Democrats, we actually
can't cross state lines to do that stuff, Omari.
we
I
actually
told
rode
you.
with Obama and Martin.
Oh,
Hey, man. All right.
then it's okay.
You know, we
Then
did
you
some
got
bike
government protection.
Yeah.
All right. All
It
right.
was a trip.
That was a good. All right, a quick, which is cool about this is that our society or our culture, and I believe it's probably by state, it's going to be a long time before L.A., Southern Cal, and you feel safe about bikes out here, and they get adapted to protecting the bikers because it's really
Well, when the white people move, if they continue to move in, it'll be better. That's how we get in the bike lanes now. We get in the bike
will.
lanes now because white folks is moving in.
that's-
Everybody knows that.
That's the
It's true.
sad truth.
no, it's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
That's
Yeah, now that white folks, we get streets getting clean,
Right.
trash, all that, pick up better, everything. You just see a change in the community services. That's what happens.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been riding on Crenshaw Boulevard
Oh,
for
no.
decades, and they have. I know you laugh.
Oh, no.
No, that's
And they have
terrible.
they finally have a bike lane.
What a
In
Crenshaw!
It's a little small part. I can't.
Oh, I
remember
wouldn't
where.
use it. I wouldn't use it.
I'm just not saying that.
You know, I'm just telling you,
Plus
people,
the
ghetto
street-
folks don't understand bike lanes. They think that means for little cars.
I don't like riding on the streets anyway. But here, I'm not fond of riding on those bike trails on the beach because of the sand out there.
You just need a different bike. You need the bike like I have.
Yeah.
Like when it gets like that,
big
you just don't
One with-
pedal.
with 3 wheels.
You just don't
and
pedal.
3 wheels and
Yeah.
a motor.
Yeah, no, once your hip is still in bed, like I said, you roll it. Because one thing about the bike, it gives you a prostate massage. Special seats they have. So by the time you done ridden a couple of hours, you done massaged the shit out that prostate with that bike seat. That's why Vic
Listen,
looked. That's why Vic looked the way he does.
Oh man, let me tell you something.
See, this is the
man.
benefits of having a doctor. For
Yeah, man.
I'm just kidding.
Every-
Don't believe that shit.
Listen, every pound. I took the heaviest pack, and I'm about to show you guys the video. My what I call it the opening season of my trek. So I waited a while, a little bit longer than extra. I usually do. But man, every pound extra in that pack, I felt. So you end up going, put the least amount of weight on me when you're riding a certain amount of distance. Now, some people are really good at. They go, it's just part of me. It's part of me, and that's what I'm getting used to. It has to be part of me, so I don't recognize the difference. But I want to play a video so you guys can see that I went westbound, and I said, let me go westbound, and I think it should speak for itself, and I'll tell you why the benefits help me, and hopefully it'll help you. Or you can play it all you want to, my brother.
I love these videos.
What's your motivation? My ethos. Player Del Rey. Coming into Player Del Rey. Bounce.
Nice place to hijack things.
Interesting route, Vic. So were you in Long Beach?
Nope.
That's around here.
That's Bologna Creek.
That's yours. I know this. Yeah, give it
I've
up.
never been that route.
Victor Allen.
Yeah, that's the,
Give it up.
when you go on that route, no lights, it's straight along Bologna Creek, but what you have to deal with is the up and down little hills. They're not really steep, but it's against the wind, and there are several of them. And so that's your workout.
That's a cool little cycling path.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
I
But-
cross that sometimes going over, is it Lincoln or
Yes.
Centinela? One
Yeah.
of those streets I cross that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's cool. So what was more important about this? I want to tell you what the benefits are so you can understand why I do more riding. And because, when you go read, you go, oh, wow, I didn't know this was happening. Health benefits, regular cycling. It says mainly it's an aerobic activity, which means that your heart, blood vessels, and lungs are all getting a workout. You will breathe deeper, perspire, and experience increased body temperature will improve your overall fitness. Increased cardiovascular fitness, increased muscle strength and flexibility, improved joint mobility, decreased stress levels, improved posture and coordination. So, why is it my choice? Because I realize can't play basketball the same way. Joints take too much of a pounding. Football just out of the question. Baseball takes too many people. Soccer, just forget about it. So swimming to me was the next thing. Mario swam for a long time. He says I had enough. Pool's gone.
Let all the water out the pool.
Water out the pool. It's
it.
gone.
I hated that pool. I hated the pool. Hated it.
Let all the water out the pool.
Yeah, ever since my father, he ruined it for me.
Yeah, but
he ruined, Dad, you ruined the pool.
I can see you pulling up all the grass because you didn't want to cut the grass no more. Let the water out
I can
the
afford
pool.
that. I did. And I kept the
In
pool
LA.
for years.
Yeah.
Let the water out the pool.
I kept the pool for years just to have cutie pies sit on the side of it, trying to keep their hair dry.
Well, that's a great reason to have
That was.
pool.
It was good. We milked it, right, Vic?
Yes, absolutely.
We had swimming parties
Absolutely.
where black women absolutely would not get in the pool.
Lord,
They would sit on the edge of the pool. They
Right.
would not get in the pool.
Right.
Because their hair, they go frizzy. Zzz, their hair go crazy in a second. So we learned that.
That's right. And everybody finds their therapy. Vanessa Reed, who you saw mowing her lawn, believe it or not, she loves doing it because she says it's therapeutic.
It
She
looks
can't
fun.
wait.
It looks fun.
There's another thing women like, those deer lawnmowers.
Those vibrating seat. You might like it. You ought to go. You might have a new
The
friend
girls
too.
Really like that.
It just
Like
the
riding
whole
you guys,
ride.
it
Point
just
horses.
tailors into the same canal. It won't, no matter
like
where it goes. It can
controlling
come from
something
outer
between
space,
your legs.
underground.
Morning coffee.
It goes to the same canal.
Let's be true about this shit. A motorcycle, a lawnmower.
They want something
I
powerful
used to-
between their legs.
You know what I used to do at Howard? I
Is
used
it-
to tell
is
the
it-
girls to sit on the bass speaker.
You know what?
That's what
And I would
Howard taught you.
And I would talk
That's-
at WHBC.
And you would then talk.
I would
Hey,
talk.
baby, can you feel my
I'd be on the
vibration?
air. I'd be on the air from 12 midnight to 6 in the morning, and I'd tell all the girls in the dorm, cut your bass up and sit on your speaker.
Man, so you've been nasty a long time, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait a minute.
You've been nasty a long time.
Okay.
You can't help it. So we trying to rediscover
Right.
our nastiness. Me, Omari, Vic never left his. So Omari and I, we're trying to rediscover nastiness.
No,
'Cause,
no, wait a minute. Now,
I'm like a spaded cat. You
No.
know, I go outside, I forget why I'm out there.
Now, I found something interesting to transition to this next diagram. I wonder why I missed this and why it was so important. So I want to find out, did you fellas do this? You did ride on dates. Did you stop between the red and green lights and give her a kiss? Yes or no?
I grabbed her ass.
But no kissing.
Man, it was that. The ass was.
I'm sorry, man. God damn it. I did the same thing Mario was doing.
You know what?
grabbed
You guys
that-
are
and
And
terrible.
we didn't bike in these kind of clothes. What kind of clothes is this for biking?
Wait a minute.
I mean, what kind of
Wait a minute.
the
Listen.
wrong clothes? They got on like full
Now,
outfits.
now read what she's saying. Damn, another red light.
And he says, yep.
Green means go, right?
Yep.
So, did we not follow through with the opportunity?
Nobody told me this.
Well, I just think, see, the cartoonist has a different culture with what he would do at a stoplight.
yeah, it looks like they're Indian.
If I had a picture, no, that's the helmets.
Oh, that
If
a
I
helmet?
had
Okay.
Yeah, because if I drew that cartoon, it would be a picture of me
Okay.
smacking her on the behind or something, rubbing her.
Misogynistic shit.
You guys are in a different space.
That's okay, women.
Like
Come
that.
get
But
Omari.
That would be my woman, and that would be okay for me to do
Oh,
that.
okay, I got
Oh,
it. He would
my
have
goodness.
butt tapping
I mean,
permission.
I don't just ride randomly with any
right, and
chick.
I would. We don't.
As
when
much
we,
as I would like to, I
if we
don't do
touch
that.
an ass, we've been invited to touch the
That's right.
ass.
It's not.
They've been
I'm-
like, "Would you touch my ass?" I said,
just,
"Okay."
I'm just apologizing.
I will.
I was trying to impart
God,
that my
jeez.
ethos is about health, wellness, and everything
Oh,
else.
you was
Somehow it gets pulled down into the deck dungeon.
I'm saying,
Well,
I'm
we're
sorry.
talking about a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Like cycling.
Okay.
Cycling couple.
And while
Okay.
you cycling in pants, khakis,
Not
and a
that,
full
no.
outfit,
That ain't
Okay.
even
and
sexy.
then with a
If I rolled up
and
on
a
somebody
down
looking like
jacket.
that, I'd keep going. I'd
Okay.
run
Yeah.
the red
I'm,
light.
okay, here's
and look
the
at
next.
this woman too. They dressed alike.
Here's the next. If you
That's what I'm saying. I'd run the
if
red
you
light.
saw this next woman riding, would you try to catch up or would you try to stay back?
She could be crazy.
She looks a little
She's
intense.
cute. Yeah, so
She looks a little
that could be
intense.
some crazy shit.
That's the
right
kind
there.
you wake up in the
Yeah.
night
You know
and they
what?
staring
You
at
guys
you.
have
That could be
nothing
some
good
They
crazy
to
staring
shit
at you.
right
You
there.
wake up
But
and
yeah,
they're
I
like-
would try to catch it. But I'm just
Would you try-
saying.
but would you introduce yourself?
I'd pull up alongside and say, "Pull over,
Okay, Mari.
pull over." That's too many patterns in one outfit.
She's cute. She's cute.
And notice,
And you got the big hair. She got the big hair. You know, I like the big hair. You never know what's
And
in
she
there.
got-
Might find some
So
spiders.
she's cute because those boots have heels on them.
you
I'm
know
saying
what?
she biking in boots. She got
Yeah,
the
with
outfit.
heels on, so she's gonna
She
jump
got
off
like
the
two
bike
different patterns.
and be fly.
And then she got a basket on the front with nothing in it. But she
I
want to
see.
carry the purse
Right.
around her body
Okay.
where she got the basket.
See, I don't care about any of that because I like that.
I just want to know if she found these spiders in that hair.
Well, while they're marinating over this,
the
I'm gonna give some facts. You guys keep going. Myth one: women don't like bikes. 82% of American women have a positive view of bicyclists.
But only 1% bike.
Wait, now wait a minute. I got it. Myth two: women aren't concerned about biking in their communities. 2/3 of American women agree my community would be a better place to live if biking were safer and more comfortable.
2/3.
And even though still 1% actually bike.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yes,
Myth number three:
They lying.
women are just a
lying.
small niche market. 60% of bicycle owners aged 17 to 28 are women.
With only 1% of the population
Yeah.
doing
Like-
it, there's nothing but up.
Look, see, Mario has no encouragement.
There's nowhere but up. We ought to go into biking. That means we have a chance, Omari. Vic can start the bike club.
So listen,
Vic, we got a
the
chance.
guy
All
that
right.
grew up next door to me, we used to call him Snorkel.
There we go. Hey, listen.
And so
That can mean a bunch of things.
Well,
Omari.
I used to always ask his brother, why you call him Snorkel? And he said, you don't know what a snorkel is? I said, no. He said, that's a guy that goes around and sniffs women's bicycle seat. I said, Alvin does that?
How did
I
we
want
get
you
here?
to know
That picture?
we invited Omari here.
I'd rather talk about politics.
We invited him.
Snorkel.
I don't
As
know,
you
I-
can see, he has his
this
own
is-
particular flavor.
I can't win.
And I just want you to know that's not all black men,
Okay,
ladies and
you know what?
gentlemen.
I-
Just the ones who come over here.
I'm pressing
Is
the
this not
emergency
shock
button.
radio?
No. What we need in here, we get too much manpower. We need a woman in here to kind of level things off because y'all out of control.
Okay, that would change the
All right. Now,
conversation.
wait a minute. I got to get on the exit.
My date's coming.
I got to get on the exit because this one's going to take probably a few few minutes. All right. It's a simple question, you guys. Biggest disappointment based on early season projections when you see what's about to happen here. We know the Nets are probably going to lose in this first round, and we know the Lakers never got in there. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not telling you anything else. I'm staying with it. Based on early season projections, which team is the biggest disappointment? And even if Brooklyn loses and gets swept, what's the bigger disappointment based on early season projections?
I don't know what the projections. I know my projections. The Lakers are the biggest disappointment. They're like they didn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
They didn't go anywhere. How could you like? I'm like, come on, you guys. No offense. Brooklyn is also a disappointment too. They're in shock. Kevin Durant's in shock.
Yeah.
It's a changing of the guard. Kyrie, they're in shock. Even Harden. I think it's a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Andre Drummond looking bad in the last game. They had to take him out and put in
Right.
Blake.
And Blake was out of oxygen.
And
Okay.
Blake, and he still was hustling his
Yeah.
ass off while he was
Right.
out of oxygen. No, but the Lakers, come on.
Yeah.
The Lakers didn't even look coached.
Well, and here's the
Okay.
thing. I left the picture up with James because that was the early season that if this happens, where they're going to go. They're going to dominate. They're going to run away with it. Now they're one game away from Jason Tatum being the man and not Kevin Durant. I'm not going to get into all.
They're going to get swept.
The game is tonight. So we're going to find out. By the time this video is posted, we'll know the results, of course. But I would say easily Lakers, because no one even thought that they would not be in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
No one thought that.
First time LeBron has not been in the playoffs in his entire career.
Yeah.
First time.
He commented on that, too.
Yes, he did. He says, his exact words, this feels like shit. This will never happen again. Here's the question. Not too much flexibility. Will they make it into the playoffs, not as a play-in, but as a 1 through 7 seed, anywhere in there next year? What do you think?
They're going to have to make some serious moves because.
Well, I don't see how they can. From what I understand, they're going to have a lot of trouble unloading Westbrook.
Right.
So that's for one, if they're trying to. So if they are forced to keep Westbrook, then they have to kind of, to me, fundamentally change their offense. See, that's part of the problem. They're switching. When you run Russell Westbrook as your point, that's a certain kind of offense, period.
I think they're going to have to definitely bring in a solid coach.
Well, who's going to take charge?
Yes.
So then you only
coach that team.
Someone that LeBron and them respect. So that's only, well, let's put it like this. It may not be as bad as I make it sound because there were people that LeBron did work with, Tyronn Lue, some of them.
I keep saying that the search isn't that difficult for a coach. I would.
I know who you were saying, but you've been saying that unpopular choice.
They won't.
The unpopular choice, I guess it is unpopular because they won't hire him.
Well, remember,
Byron Scott, go to say it. Take
Byron
credit.
Scott. I love Byron Scott.
He wants Byron Scott to be the coach of the Lakers.
Yeah.
well, let me say this. He's been out of coaching for a while, right?
Okay.
The other thing is, other coaches were considered. They just were going to have their hands tied almost on everything. So that means you're being set up. Either way, you're basically going.
See,
I can't
Byron
do anything.
probably wouldn't take the job because the last time he took the job with the Lakers was that last year with Kobe, and he didn't get to coach that team.
No.
They wouldn't let him coach.
No, because
Well, every game was a Kobe farewell.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's no coaching.
yeah. No, this one is easy. We are learning about the management around the Lakers. They want absolute control. They want to pull the strings on everything. They don't want nobody coming in a la Phil Jackson. That's not happening. My ethos. I'm done, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Great show.
Victor Allen's Ethos.
I love that picture.
Wow, Victor Allen's Ethos. While we're sitting here, things continue to happen. And I think I've got to at least acknowledge those in the minute or so that we have left. Just want to acknowledge some of the things that are actually happening right at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, time for the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Let me just tell you things coming across my desk just as we speak. I'm trying to get the news announcements. According to announcements coming across my desk, Trump has now been held in contempt of court for failing to turn over the documents. Let's see if we can get. That's right. A judge holds former President Trump in civil contempt for failing to produce documents to New York. So it's going to a head for failing to comply with the subpoena.
So what does that mean? They're going to arrest him? No.
We're going to see what it means. He's already proven like he is above the law.
They didn't impeach him. They impeached him, but
Yeah,
didn't impeach him.
he's proven he is above the law, so that's part of it. We got to also acknowledge the election in France where Macron won, again, the re-election over, was it Le Pen? right-wing folks, right-wing movements are the word around the world right now. And you have the things going on in France, you have the things going on in Germany, and also in the UK, United Kingdom. So things are happening still, because ever since Trump, right-wingers, racists, bigots, white nationalists, they all are feeling empowered. And this is what's going on.
So did a right winger win in France?
No, Macron, thank God, even though it's very much acknowledged that it's a strong right-wing movement, much like we have here in the U.S., where Biden has won, but again, he's not in the status. Now, let me comment on that. Part of the reason why Biden is facing the problem is that he's actually satisfied no one. I've alluded to this previously, because Biden's always been a person who seeks no confrontation, and part of the issue with him being the presidential candidate was that he was always going to be soft. Well, he's soft now. He's soft, and so he's satisfied no one. When it comes to the left, which is what got him elected, he's been notoriously poor. In fact, the only thing he's done anything at first was the response to the COVID pandemic. Now, looking at that, they failed to advance that. There's still no national policies. There's a failure to actually try to have a national policy because because Biden is afraid to confront any of the states on anything. So there we go, headed into, and all they're talking about is the mid-cycle elections that are coming up now, and that the Democrats. And I'm not a Democrat; I'm an independent. But this is why I'm not a Democrat. They're doing a lousy job and expecting people to support them. They're doing a lousy job. COVID, they're now slipping to. They're not doing any better job they are doing a better job of informing you than Trump did, but just barely. And there's still no national organization to combat epidemics. That's ridiculous planning. There's no disaster planning for the national. None of that. Just ridiculous planning. And this is why Biden is facing this crisis. Okay? But keep that all in mind as we move forward, because Biden's failure to respond, his unwillingness to confront Trump. Imagine had he announced upon taking office that he was going to make sure he was going to hold Trump accountable. That would have been a whole different thing.
You got to have balls to say something like
Merrick
that.
Garland, who runs the Department of Justice, has failed to do anything. Yeah. They should have had 3,000, 4,000. Had they been black, they would have found them and all their family that donated $15 to the trip, and they would have prosecuted all them. So Merrick Garland, this is the man the Democrats were planning for the Supreme Court, this sorry piece of shit, okay, who's doing nothing at the Department of Justice? Give me a break.
So can I just say two things right here? See, what's going on in France is, I don't know, France is fucking African countries out of billions of dollars every year. Why don't they stop doing that? And why don't the United States take care of black people here?
Why won't they take care of Puerto Rico? There's the historical perspectives. Exactly.
Haiti, all of these places. So I'm glad to hear you didn't claim any political alliances, because I think that's just like claiming a religion. You get caught up in the dogma, and you can't stand for any kind of principles other than that dogma.
Yeah, I think that's the mistake that black folks have done with the party.
Hallelujah.
That's the problem. They're still not being represented. They got this happening right now. Now, let me tell you other things to pay attention to around the world. Right now, China has entered into a major lockdown. I mean, let me tell you, this is an authoritarian country. They put up fences to keep people inside apartment complexes.
Yeah, did you see the fleet of drones?
They have security on the streets, checking people. You go out, they don't care whether you mask or not. They want to know why you out.
When I saw those drones, you know what I thought? I said, damn, if some shit go down, Mario's got enough drones to warn everybody in View Park.
He just busted you out.
I do. And we also have we have an FM transmitter. We have an FM transmitter here that in case of emergency, I'm prepared to go live on FM.
Well, you know, I wanted to say, I didn't want to come out and say that shit, but I am planning a pirate radio station.
Oh, he's planning on breaking the law again. All these Howardites. That's what they do. That's what they do.
We have to give the people a voice.
Well, okay.
See, that could be a whole different subject.
That is a whole different
That's
subject.
a whole different subject. I'm leaving that one alone.
But I want you to know, so be aware.
I'm getting them stirred up.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So be aware, everyone. That's what's going on. And be aware. Watch the president, and let's see what he doesn't do.
That was some great commentary.
Once again.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the good news. The bad news.